Good afternoon. It is Thursday, Vlogtober the 8th, which means it's my friend Ali's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ali. Happy birthday to you. Although she's probably not watching this, so oh well. Anyhow, Merlin McPerlin is on top of the wardrobe doing some very determined sleeping, and I am going to show you a bit of what I've been up to today. Okay, to begin with, I have done some tidying up and clearing out, a bit more of the autumn cleaning that I've been up to before. Now, these shelves were absolutely stuffed with who knows what. Well, I do know what now, of course, because I've cleared them out. They all looked much like that one there, which is still stuffed of all kinds of things. That one seems to be mostly bags and probably some clothes as well. So that's the only one that's left to do. So we now have this one, which has got all my sock yarn in it. It goes back away. There's three of these boxes in there, and a couple of pairs of shoes because of Shoemageddon, which you saw in the wardrobe the other day. Then we've got the crafting shelf, which is also the man-cat cave. So I've had to do some poking about to try and make space for His Royal Highness. And that's a whole bag of yarn, which is to destash. Next one up, that was full of clothes. And now there are just a few things, including, yes, my Gryffindor scarf. And then we've got a bag full of jumpers. And then finally at the top, we've got a bag, no, not a bag, a shelf full of toiletry things. And down here, we've got some of the things that I have pulled out. So, rather to my surprise, I found a desk lamp, 2 hair dryers, and a very, very full of cat hair wool winder, ball winder, whatever you want to call it. I've already got one which works perfectly well. So I guess I will be moving that one on. And then we've got a whole washing bag full of things, which are mostly to be washed and, have all the cat hair removed from them, and then they can go to charity. And as well as that, I added some more to these charity bags. And as well as all that, there is also a lovely big bag of rubbish to go. So I'm quite pleased with what I've accomplished there. And I think I'm going to go and knit for the rest of the day now, pretty much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Good evening all. It is Friday the 9th of Vlogtober. I'm Louise. I think I forgot to say that yesterday. So this is the Expert Introvert vlog. And I am a bit croaky, as you can hear. I'm absolutely fine. The reason for that is that I pulled out my February Lady cardigan to work on. I've just got the sleeves left to go. I've been knitting it for a mere decade. Not constantly, obviously. I've had a lot of hibernation with that one. But anyway, so I pulled it out to knit on it and discovered that having left it in a fairly open bag for far too long, it's full of dust. And so I have been, excuse me, suffering from allergies. I feel fine now because I've taken antihistamines and all that, but I am, croaky. Anyhow, I was going to talk about what I've been reading. So I have finished reading The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. I'll put the details down in the description box thingy, which is down there if you're on a computer or a phone or anything like that. If you're watching it on your TV, which I usually do, it's nowhere to be found. Oh well, as they say. No, I'm going to cut that bit out. So I've been reading The Goblin Emperor, as I mentioned, possibly yesterday, possibly the day before, whenever it was. I really enjoyed it. It was great. The general premise is that the main character is the half elf, half goblin son of the emperor, and he's the fourth son. And then his father and all his brothers are killed, and he therefore has to become emperor, and he's completely unprepared for it. And so it's all about how he works his way through the first few months of his reign. And it ends on a lovely, hopeful note. And I really liked the main character, and the others were also, you know, likable or unlikable as was appropriate. And oh yeah, it's sort of fantasy steampunk. So for example, his father and brothers were on an airship which crashed, and that kind of so on. It's not a huge part of the story, but it's there in the background. And the background is really interesting. The setting rather, and the language used, I really enjoyed. All the details of that, and they used the characters all use variously the first person plural, which is the formal. So, you know, we do this, thank you for passing that salt to us. And then there's the personal, the thou, and so on, which, depending on how it's used, is also insulting. You know, it's, I suppose, how you would address a child. And so if somebody who's not your friend or family or, you know, close relation uses it to you, then that's insulting. And then of course there's the sort of the middle ground with the I and you, and etc. And yeah, I enjoyed how that was used, and all those little subtleties. So yes, I would highly recommend that book. And as I said, I will put the details in the little drop down thingy doodah. And speaking of reading, I have joined a challenge on Habitica. Once again, I will put the link for that down below. It's an online organisation tool, essentially, but they have lots of challenges, and one of them is the To Be Read bingo. And so I have signed up for that one, and these are all the books I'm planning to read in the next few months. I'm sure I'll read other ones as well, but these are the ones that I get, I don't know, the joy of crossing off a list of. So that will be it for today. I hope everybody's well, by the way. I do keep meaning to say that, and then I forget, much like I forget to actually introduce myself at the beginning. Yes, so stay well and safe, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.